The day I finally let go. My name is Mason. I'm 30 years old and live in a quiet suburb just outside Seattle. Every morning, I brew a cup of coffee, check the weather, and head to my office. I co-founded a mid-sized tech company specializing in clean energy systems. It's a niche field, too complex for most of my family to understand. To them, I just do something with electronics. I've never bothered correcting them. When someone asks about my family, my parents, or my older sister Olivia, I usually just shrug and say, "We're not in touch." I'm not hiding the truth, but there's no point in reopening old wounds. It's been 2 years. No phone calls, no holidays, no messages. The silence has been deafening. And it all began with a phone conversation that changed everything. 3 weeks before my mother's birthday, I decided to surprise them with a visit. I took some time off and planned to arrive early to help with decorations, just like I used to. I called home to give them a heads up. My dad answered. I told him I'd be coming a few days ahead of the party and asked if they needed anything. He hesitated. Then he said, "Mason, maybe skip this year." I chuckled at first, thinking he was joking, but then he continued, "Olivia's bringing her new boyfriend. He's impressive, articulate, successful. And, well, your work life isn't exactly easy to explain." My chest tightened. I asked him if he seriously meant that. His response? "If you insist on showing up, then don't call me your father." I stood frozen. I replayed his words over and over, hoping I misheard. But I hadn't. That's when it all came rushing in. I had been covering their household bills, electric, water, internet, for 2 years. Silently. No complaints. Almost $400 every month, always on time. Never once did they say, "Thank you." I opened my banking app. There it was, $9,842.17 sent to them. Out of love. Out of duty. And now I was the one they were ashamed of? I thought about Olivia. Had she ever paid a single bill? Did she ever help out? Or did she just show up looking polished with a man who fit their image of success? I wasn't keeping score. I just wanted to matter. But it became clear. Fairness had never existed in our house. Olivia was the shining daughter. I was the afterthought. The one cropped out of group pictures, forgotten in family discussions. So I did what I needed to do. I canceled every payment. Not to get back at them, but to salvage my own sense of worth. A week later, my mom messaged me, "Internet bill is due. Can you cover it?" No apology, no concern, just the same expectation. I ignored it. Then her birthday came. They threw the usual party, without me. Around 4 p.m. the phone calls started. First Mom, then Dad, then Olivia. Then came the messages. "Power's gone. We're in the dark. No water. Can't make dinner. Wi-Fi's out. Guests are arriving. Please fix it." I read each message. Then I set my phone down and watched the clouds gather outside. They didn't miss me. They missed the convenience I provided. That night, my Aunt Rachel called. She's the only one who's ever treated me like I mattered. We connected over an old video app we both still use. Her face appeared on screen, lit softly by the kitchen light. "You're not paying it anymore, are you?" she asked gently. I shook my head and told her what Dad had said. Then I heard chaos in the background. Mom yelling, "He ruined the evening." Dad snapping, "It's just money. Why's he being so petty?" Olivia adding, "He didn't even care Mom cried all day." I didn't react. I was ready to end the call when another face appeared, a man in a fitted blazer, neatly groomed. He looked directly at me and said, "Hey, Mr. Green." I blinked. Olivia's boyfriend. He worked at my company. I'd seen his name on emails. I never realized who he was dating. The room behind Aunt Rachel went quiet. Then someone whispered, "Wait, did he just call Mason Mr. Green?" He straightened and spoke clearly. "I work at Solvenic. Mason's one of the founders." More silence. I gave a slight nod. "Good luck with the introductions," I said, and ended the call. That night, I slept better than I had in years. The next morning, I got an email from him. His name was Daniel. "I'm sorry. I didn't know you were Olivia's brother. I've always looked up to you. I'll be ending this relationship. Thanks for handling things respectfully." I replied, "Daniel, that's your choice. Just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. I never bring personal matters into the workplace." Later that day, Olivia texted, "Please talk to Daniel. Ask him to reconsider." I responded, "He left because of how you treat people, not because of me." She replied again, "I promise I'll change. Just give me one chance." But I didn't answer, because sometimes the timing of an apology matters more than the apology itself. A week later, my parents arrived at my door, luggage in hand. We sat down. They said they were sorry, that they'd been thinking. Then my dad said, "We raised you, sent you to college. We could use $2,000 a month in support." I stared at them. The same people who once pushed me out of their lives were now attaching a price tag to their apology. I asked, "What about Olivia? What will she be contributing?" They hesitated. Then the same excuses I'd heard for years. So I said, "If she contributes $2,000, I will too. Or, if I'm covering everything, I want a signed agreement that the house goes to me one day." The room tensed. My father stood, furious. "You're treating your parents like strangers?" I stood too, calmly. "I think it's best you leave now." And they did. 2 years have passed. I never blocked them. I just stopped trying. And they never reached out again. I used to believe family could overcome anything. But I've realized that not everyone wants to change, especially those who never thought they were wrong to begin with. Today, I still live in the same house, still run my business. But now, I protect my peace. Because family isn't a debt you owe. It's a bond built on respect. And if they only show up when they need something, they're not really family. So I'll ask you this. Was I wrong to walk away?